What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the second edition of Sooner Surge at 6 tonight. About an hour from now, Jordy Ball takes the mound. We expect Jordy Ball to take the mound in the Women's College World Series Championship Series as they face Florida State. Best of three. And tonight's topic, clutch performances by Sooners. We've already seen Jordy Ball make several clutch plays. This team has made clutch play after clutch play after clutch play, going back to last week with Kinsey Hansen in the moment in this 51 game winning streak that they have, nation leading 51 game win streak. Jada Coleman's been clutch. Tiare Jennings was clutch the other night. So many clutch performances on this team and in years past with softball, but we'll just start with you, Jay. Let's talk about some other clutch performances, either on the diamond, on the court, on the field of Sooners in history of Oklahoma sports.
Yeah, well, first off, yeah, we're expecting Jordy Ball to be starting tonight. We'll see, but she's been clutch, like you said. She's been clutch all postseason. Pretty much outdueled Kennedy twice. So we'll see her tonight, probably against Sandercock. But when I think clutch performances, man, to me, it's you look back at a few different sports. I mean, I go. Let me just start with basketball, college basketball, and Buddy Hield to me was one of the most clutch performers I witnessed personally live those games, and he was clutch. I mean, whether it be the buzzer beater against Texas, the almost buzzer beater against West Virginia in the Big 12 tournament that was from half court. How about the performance in Fog Allen? I don't know if any of our viewers remember that game, but that game was a big Monday. I think it was 1-2, I believe, and he daggum almost won that game for OU. I mean, that game went overtime, I believe. But it was a massive.
He had the game winner. He had the game winner against Texas. Was that his senior year? Game winner from the diagonal three step back that he made.
But other basketball players too. You think clutch. I mean, obviously back in the day, you got Tisdale, Stacey King. Both those guys were clutch performers in big games.
Hollis Price. I think Hollis Price would have to be on there as a clutch performer, a guy who struggled really early in his career. I remember against Purdue, I think it was in the NCAA tournament, he had like 10 turnovers his freshman season, but he became very clutch late in his career. So yeah, basketball's had, lots of clutch performances, but yeah, those guys kind of head the field to me above others. If you go to Ryan Miner's another one, dude. Ryan Miner was so clutch when he was down there in Norman.
Yeah.
On football, guys, Jade, I know to me there's been I can think of several clutch performances by athletes. One for sure that you have to have as maybe the most clutch in big game moments is Baker Mayfield, has to be. Dude did not choke when it came to making big plays in big moments. You can really count many times where he led them to victory. Maybe when it didn't seem like they were going to win, he led them in a drive or made a massive play. I can think of one against Tennessee that he made. Sterling Shepard, he made several comebacks even that year in Big 12 play. He had the huge game against Patrick Mahomes, which wasn't maybe, you wouldn't say maybe a clutch performance, but it was because they had to put up so many points.
What justifies a clutch performance, you think? When I think about it, I think of clutch performance as basically in a big situation. You really just put the team on your back. That's kind of what Ball's done in the circle. She's kind of put the team on her back, and then obviously they have timely hits as well. But, like you said, football, man, I mean, a lot of times we think offensively, right? But I'm going to go back. Roy Williams, obviously everybody knows the Superman play against Texas. I mean, that year, though, he had was, I mean, you talk about clutch performance after clutch performance. Between him and Torrance Marshall, the championship season had multiple clutch performances. Obviously, the Texas A&M one, but you look combined in that Florida State national championship, 13-2. I mean, they just totally dominated with some huge performances in that game. But yeah, I mean, Baker Mayfield, obviously top of the list. You can, Kyler Murray, they lost to Texas, but he put him on his back, almost brought him back. And I have to mention Caleb Williams.
You have to mention Williams.
You have to. I mean, that year he came in, it was on his back. I mean, he brought him back pretty much. So
DeMarco Murray had several clutch performances where they rode him. Here's one that people will remember probably. John Blake era was so bad. But James Allen literally, honestly, put the team on his back a couple of times and was able to win. I think baseball, there's a guy, and look, I'd have to do the research, but one that comes off the top of my head just as we're kind of conversing because we don't sit here and plan these. One that just came to my head, Jay, and you may have to look it up, but Chip Glass, was it?
I don't know.
Do you remember it? College World Series.
All I remember from that College World Series, Damon Minor was a stud. I mean,
Damon Minor was a stud. I believe it was Chip Glass, dude. Someone look it up. Maybe our viewers will be able to help us out on that one.
Ring a bell to me.
Last year's run in the postseason, Michaels was massive. That dude was clutch when he came in the last inning. He mowed him down. He reminded me of a Wade Davis.
Michael, yeah. He was clutch.
Reminded me of a Wade Davis when he played for the Royals, just unhittable and would close the door. Yeah, clutch performances. You know, Josh Heupel's run in 2000, I don't know that I would call that as clutch because he did have some drives where he led the team on, but that whole season was really a clutch season.
Another one tonight was softball. I mean, you go back and look we're talking Jordy Ball pitcher. Paige Parker for OU was a dominant pitcher. And the thing is, she pitched almost every outing, it seemed like back then. I mean, it's a little different now. I mean, they play 2 or 3 pitchers there, but in the postseason, they really rode ball a lot. But Paige Parker that girl was clutch big time. And obviously, Jocelyn Allo. I mean, who else would you want at the plate other than Jocelyn Allo if you need somebody to go yard or you get a big play? So
I agree. And someone who's kind of filling those shoes, and I know they're so hard to fill, but Tiare Jennings, dude. She's gonna set it tonight. I think the RBI record. I think she sets it and breaks it tonight. I think we're gonna see that here in about an hour and a half. It could be an hour and about 10 minutes from now when she yanks a yard ball off Sandercock, so she could break that record. And yeah, we clutch performances when you talk about Sooner Magic, but there have been several on the softball diamond in the last few years, which is crazy. You got gymnastics, I'm sure. Fans would say there's some clutch performances there. I just don't know enough about that, but yeah.
And hey, as we wrap this up, as you're listening, please leave a comment. Tell us maybe some clutch performances that you've witnessed. Obviously, we didn't plan this as far as like who the best performances were. We're just kind of talking. So please, I'm sure there's a bunch of people we've missed as far as clutch performances. Please leave comments. And first off, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like I said yesterday, we're going to be doing giveaways soon. So please subscribe so you have your name on there. And that way you also don't miss all the new content that we're going to be coming out with. So, Sooners tonight in about an hour. Tune in. We're going to have a post-game wrap-up, either that or a YouTube Live. We haven't decided yet, but one or the other. So make sure you tune in for that. And let's get our 52 straight wins tonight. Thanks for listening, guys. Boomer.
Boomer.